Want to test a micro-SaaS idea in just 7 days and start making between 500 to 5,000 monthly recurring revenue? Today, I'm sharing 11 of those proven to work ideas that you can validate fast. Stick around till the end of the video so I can share you the one strategy that guarantees traction. And if you don't know me, my name is Riley Riles, and over the past years, I helped more than 50 plus founders, SaaS or services, validate products and services, and scale them all the way up to 12,000 monthly recurring revenue without burning out or overcomplicating the process. Actually, I do have a client that has reached $500,000 a year, but let's not get too crazy about this. So without any further ado, let's dive into the first idea. Let's go. Automated invoice reminder. So I love this first idea because I have a personal story with it. One of the tools I use to help my clients is a strategical planning tool around OKRs, objectives, and key results. Let me know in the comments down below if you're interested about a video for that. And so the cool thing is that the tool I used was built by a friend of mine. I actually helped them build their startup. And of course, they're charging me for the usage of the application. And the thing is, the email that I used for the payment of the tier that I'm on is an email I check very, very rarely because I sort of moved to other stuff. And so what happens is that 3 weeks ago, I received a text from my friend who said, "Hey, by the way, would you mind paying the invoices that I sent you on your email about the tool?" And in my mind, I thought everything was on autopilot, and it was like I was charged every month, and my credit card was just dealing with it. And so when I opened my mailbox, I saw there was a couple of emails stacking in for the payment of the system, and then I thought, damn, that's terrible. Like we should have an easier system, SMS based or whatever platform that I use to be notified, because I rarely check this email. I actually asked him to switch me to another email, but even that, sometimes I forget. And I asked a couple of friends around, and a lot of them, like, I've built like custom tools to notify people multiple times before the invoice arrives, like a week before, a couple of days before, the day before, a couple of days after, and there's nothing that really sticks, and often it's so hard to maintain. And the last thing is, nobody really knows what's out there. So if you have a product and you market it well enough, you can get a little piece of that market, of that juicy market. Idea number 2, niche project management templates. Same thing here. I have a personal story with that. My clients, when they come to me, they are between 0, 1, or $2,000 MRR. And so they can't necessarily afford to buy some of those big solutions that cost multiple hundred a month. And sometimes they're too big. It's like a bazooka for just a tiny mosquito. And so I always advise them to be super lean and cut through anything that is unnecessary so that you can really function in a lean way. And so the option they have right now is the classic Notion templates, which sometimes get a bit hard to play around. And when you start to assemble a couple of things, then it turns out into like this too big, too complex thing. Or then you have all those little Kanban like Miro board, etc. But the thing with these things is that they're not finely tuned to a particular industry, so you constantly have to reinvent the wheel in tuning it to what you're doing. So I would typically go with something super easy as pre-built boards and templates, but adapted to an industry, to a business, like a creator, a podcast producer, or if like a gym coach or whatever, but really go with the domain. So the template needs to speak the language of the business and not just be basic. And the funny thing is, I actually did that with one of my clients. We actually took like a sticky board system and we made it a project management tool. And now he has actually ditched all the other things and just uses that because it's simpler, it's affordable, and it's easy to move everywhere. Number 3, client onboarding checklist app. So here it will be a lightweight app that guides new clients, new user into your product or your service. A lightweight web app that guides new users, new clients through your onboarding steps with progress tracking and auto emails. If you've seen my previous videos, I emphasize a lot on the importance of having a good onboarding and building for retention. But here's the thing. Most micro SaaS and most small builders really focus on the core solution of their product, which is a good thing, but then they don't build those other elements that are part of the ecosystem of the experience of your product. And so if you could provide this as an external thing, like an add-on they can plug into their solution, then you build a kind of an ecosystem. And it's super powerful because onboarding is critical and retention is essential. And then you get bonus point if you can create literally these connections with integrations with Zapier or any kind of automation system that is out there. Number 4, lightweight time tracking for freelancers. So here's the thing. You cannot improve what you don't measure. And especially as a freelancer, you cannot properly charge if you don't measure. And here's the thing, there's so many little tools out there, and often they are tied to a phone, which has a lot of notifications and pollutions. And so building a dedicated thing that could run as an app in a browser or as part of the phone without all those without all the pollution of the notification, that can definitely be something powerful. And the cool thing is that because you focus on freelancers, you could easily have access to a pool of those folks on groups on social media. And so you can quickly beta test this thing and then see if it works or not. Number 5, a simple feedback collection widget. Again, that follows the previous rule. You cannot improve what you don't measure. And so measuring how people use your tool and collecting feedback is essential in any business. And the rule for feedback is that you should ask for feedback often and react to it as fast as possible. And so if you can have like a small extension or a snippet that is easily accessible on your website that just pops and then gives you access to your users so that you can collect that information at the right time as fast as possible and react to it, then you could. If you're still watching till this point, make sure to like and subscribe for more SaaS value content. Now back to the video. Number 6, AI powered meeting summaries. And this one is also interesting because I have a personal story with that. I'm a startup advisor and I spend a lot of time in consulting session with my clients. And so I've tested a bunch of AI tools and meeting recording systems. But here's the thing, for people who are starting a business, they can't necessarily afford these kind of tools. None of them have really dominated the market. So there's always space for you. And the thing is, if you can make it easily customizable to a person, let's say on the onboarding, it records my voice and immediately saves that as an important data so that every meeting I run, it's able then to recognize my voice and distinguish it from the others and then give it a go. That will definitely be a powerful thing. The second thing most of these tools are not necessarily doing is connecting with an existing ecosystem of tools like Dropbox or any kind of cloud storage to make it easier for people to get it and give them the value at the end. So a lot of these tools help you save the recording, extract the audio and these kind of things. But at the end of the day, what people want is the content. So mining the content outside of these tools. And so it should focus on that. Number 7, tiny CRM for solopreneurs. Let's just face it, when you start as a solopreneur, the only real tool that you're using is Excel. And at some point it gets Now with Notion, you get access to other kind of things, but I feel like it's too heavy and there's definitely space for something that is super lean and clean and dedicated to solopreneurs with a nice domain-driven design. So adapted to the solopreneurs language. And the cool thing, there are more and more solopreneurs out there. And so if you fine-tune to their need, you may be able to build something really powerful. And as a general rule, I mentioned before, try to think ecosystem. So how can you plug this tiny CRM to social media or existing applications? Number 8, Micro-SaaS SEO audit tool. So here you want something very simple, very lean, like a one-page site audit that checks basic SEO factors, and then just send you like a nice report in an email. But here's the thing, you should not reinvent the wheel. Use existing and leverage existing technologies, and especially SEO libraries. What you want to focus on is on the distribution. So connecting with partners like agencies or contractors who will be able to benefit from the tool right away, as opposed to try to build the best features. And here's the thing, you can even transform that into a lead magnet that people can use for free, and then you'll be able to sell the consulting instead. So you get them with the tool, and then you make them pay with the service. Number 9, a Slack integrated task bot. So here you want to leverage an existing and widespread platform as Slack to create a task bot. And so everything that the team used to do on task tools, they'll be able to do it right away from Slack. And so prompting the bot to create or assign or check tasks right from the Slack channels. But here's the thing, like I said, Slack is a known and mature platform that is easy to be built upon, and there are already a lot of users on this platform, so you can start to leverage that to get your first users. So build on Slack's API and then price per workspace or users. And bonus point, if you can fine-tune the bot so that it speaks the team's language and has this little culture effect. Number 10, one-click social proof pop-up. You know how social proof is essential if you want to convince people to try and buy your services. But here's the thing, very few people and very few businesses leverage the social proof on their website or on their tools. So if you could create a tiny widget that shows, hey, right now X people are viewing the page too, or this person just purchased this product, then it will have a psychological effect on viewers and potential buyers, and it will sort of either comfort them in their decision or push this sort of fear of missing out. Hey, other people are buying, what are you waiting for? Number 11, last one, a quick launch landing page builder. So an easy and super fast way to generate landing pages with built-in analytics and form integration. If you've played with Google Analytics or other metrics services, you often find yourself wasting time in the thing and sort of removing your focus from what you have to do. So building this one thing that does testing your idea, giving you data on those ideas, and giving you feedback, which is another form of data on the same idea, all in one into one platform that you can build very quickly, you have a game changer. Like I said, you cannot improve what you don't measure. So here you'll be able to test an idea, measure with the traffic and the behavior, and also collect feedback, which is measurement. So that's definitely a game changer. These 11 micro-SaaS ideas are already making founders $500 to $5,000 every month. But here's the thing, that proves that there's a market for that, and there's still space for you to build one. It's not about building $1 million business. It's building this quick money generator with those kind of SaaS. And the cool thing is, because the market is already validated, you don't have to do the crazy research behind it. You just have to find a nice angle that will get you 10 to 100 users. And then boom, you can start building a business from that. So pick one, validate it this week, and let me know which one wins. Write it in the comments down below. Next, I want you to watch why churn is destroying your SaaS or service business and how you can fix it. And if you found this video helpful, like, drop a comment down below with your favorite idea, and subscribe for more no BS SaaS strategies. See you next time. Boom.